How's everybody doing? I'm Bob, that's Carrie. Hey, we're at the headwaters of the Missouri State Park. And there's a train somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Missouri is the longest river in the United States?
And if you got, at the beginning of the Missouri, if you got on an inner tube and floated down the river, you would make it to the Gulf of Mexico in 2.5 months.
2.5 months.
But you actually can't do that because there's, dams and stuff. But
Tubing down the Missouri. You'd need a lot of beer for that. So it's pretty cool. Now, the headwaters of the Missouri are actually in Montana, which is kind of funky when you think about it. But the reason that I wanted to come up here was because just recently I read the diaries of the Lewis and Clark expedition, or the journals, whatever you want to call them. And it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. It was over 200 years ago when they did that. Do you know what the three rivers are that make up the headwaters of the Missouri? Carrie?
no, and you told me this a couple hours ago, so I should know, but I've forgotten already.
It's the Jefferson River, the Madison River, and the Gallatin River.
Jefferson was the president at the time.
Yeah.
Madison was the Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then who was the other guy?
Gallatin.
I don't know who that is.
He was the Secretary of the Treasury. So he was the guy that paid for the expedition. So pretty cool. Probably kind of a dud subject for the young people, but it's pretty interesting. The Madison River, by the way, goes through what national park?
Yellowstone.
Jellystone. Yes, and that's where we've been. So we went to Yellowstone first and checked that place out. Beautiful. Just beautiful and totally worth it. Totally worth the, I don't know, sometimes it's a hassle because there's so many people.
So many people. We stopped today to use the bathroom. Bob was putting air in the tires and I spotted a tour bus turning into the parking lot where the bathroom was. I'm like, I gotta go. I get caught in a line of 30 women.
Yeah.
We had French travelers at our hotel. So breakfast was swarmed every day.
Yep, everybody had to get in there and grab breakfast before they hopped on the tour bus. So yeah, in the park, we, Old Faithful is, I think that's the major draw. Like from the 3 days that we were in the park,
It was the busy area.
yeah, that was the busy area. So we did see that. We went and saw it on the first day, and then we said, okay, let's get out of here. And we spent the rest of the time in other parts of the park, seeing a whole bunch of bison.
Lots of bison.
I love you guys. Be good. You're gorgeous. You are. Oh, he's going to get them.
We
Yeah.
saw the first day we were there, a mountain lion ran in front of the truck. Of course, I didn't have the dash cam on.
Yeah.
But it was right there. I've never seen one in person before other than like a zoo.
Yeah, the mountain lion was big and it was
Pretty
fast.
amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. We saw a bunch of elk, which is cool. I have a funny story. Tell them about the elk we saw today.
Today, we left the north entrance of the park and we saw way more elk and antelope than we did in Yellowstone, just outside that town. And just the ranches and everything is just absolutely stunning. I said to Bob, I'm like, is this just normal for these people? Or do they understand like how lucky they are, to live on a ranch at the Yellowstone River?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
We didn't see any bears. We were
Yeah.
looking for them. Didn't see any.
Didn't see any wolves.
No wolves either.
Didn't see a lot of small critters. Oh, like maybe 2 squirrels and a chipmunk or something. We didn't see a lot.
Tomorrow we're gonna drive up the road. We're gonna see where the Gallatin River joins, and hopefully stick our feet in the Missouri River where it officially starts. It leaves some skin cells behind so they can float to the Gulf of Mexico. in 2.5 months. And of course we're hopping around in the truck that's still damaged from the rear ending we got. Yeah, it's very inconvenient because the tailgate to the truck is like, you know, it's our gateway to the back of the truck, and it's stuck because of the you know, everything's all bent up, so you can't open it.
So everything heavy, you got to lift up over the tailgate to get it out, and yeah, it's just a hassle.
It's a bad deal, and the tailgate on that thing is so super convenient because it's that, you know, multi-pro tailgate that opens and then it comes down, and there's a step and all that.
Well, that's why we didn't get the shell that has the doors that open more like doors, because then you'd have to not have that tailgate there, and he loved that tailgate so much.
Yeah, tailgate's awesome, and
Such a bummer.
not being able to use it makes life very difficult. And so
And we're waiting on a moose.
there's supposed to be a moose around here somewhere, or maybe a few of them.
It walks through the campground apparently.
Yeah, so there could be some moose somewhere around here. But for right now, we gotta make some dinner. What do we have?
Bison and beef burgers.
Smoky.
Pushes Sainz down into 15th and Daniel Ricciardo out of qualifying in what could be his last qualifying. Joe Guan Yu ahead of Valtteri Bottas for the time being, but only by a few 100ths. Bottas will be the first across the
that's
line.
yummy.
Goes 18th fastest once again. Out
That's yummy. Hey, good morning. So, yeah, it was kind of cold last night. There's like frozen stuff on the truck. Huh. But anyway, it was a good night. Slept good. Super comfy in there, as usual. This place, the Headwaters of the Missouri State Park. Pretty cool. Nice and quiet. They even have a teepee that you can rent and spend the night. Pretty cool, huh? Gonna make some delicious gourmet coffee. Hey,
Hey,
good morning.
good morning.
Would you like some coffee?
I need some coffee. Must have. Now. Please. Are we talking?
Yeah,
Okay.
talking.
Where are we going, Bob?
We're going to where the Gallatin meets the Missouri.
How was the night last night?
The night last night was pretty good.
It was cold.
It was cold. It was freezing.
Yep.
But it was comfy. It was comfy inside the shell.
Yep, we did good. Here's the Gallatin. Here's the Gallatin. And here's this one.
So the cool thing about this place is that Lewis and Clark hung out here for a couple days figuring out which river they were going to take to get them back into the Rockies. And they ultimately chose what they called the Jefferson River, which was the right call, because the Gallatin, the Madison goes up through Yellowstone, and the Gallatin does that too, so that's not the right direction. And then they hoofed it over the Rocky Mountains for I don't know how long, a couple months. It's crazy. Crazy.
Oh, show.
Kind of chilly. I guess it was convenient for Lewis and Clark that this boat ramp was here. That probably helped them when they were going upstream. We're gonna start heading south. I guess we're gonna get on I-90 and then.
Alright. We just need to drive around the area until we find the moose, Ron.
Until we find a what?
The moose.
Oh, the moose. I guess probably get into Wyoming today, maybe. I don't know.
Bob, there's the f***ing moose! What? Check it out.
That's funny.
Yeah, just pull over. Get on this shoulder. We saw the moose across the river, and so we pulled over into the park thinking that we were going to be able to see it on the other side of the river. And by the time we got to the top of the hill, you couldn't see it, but there was people looking down, kind of up on a cliffside, people looking down below. And we must have waited like half hour, 45 minutes, just listening. You could hear them crunching around down there. Every once in a while you'd hear the mother snort. But we never did see them. I think they were just eating, and the brush was too thick for us to see them, so.
They're still moving around. They're right behind that tree. They're down there. And every once in a while you catch a tiny little glimpse of them, but it's so dense. Really all you're doing is hearing them and then watching like the tops of the like, small trees move when they're walking by. You know, kind of like dinosaurs. And I'm doubtful that they're gonna try to cross the river. They're just working their way down this stretch of plants and trees and stuff, having their lunch. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna head out. We're at a hot spring. It's the Montezuma Hot Spring, which is just up the highway from Las Vegas, New Mexico. It's about a couple miles. It's a really cool site, and it seems like it's a place where the community kind of gathers and does their thing. These hot springs are supercharged with lithium, apparently, which should make me and Carrie sleep like a baby tonight.
Let's hope so.
We left Montana, and we cruised back into Wyoming. Well, we stayed in Casper, and then we left there this morning. Drove through Colorado. A lot of animals. A lot of antelope. Some elk, some deer, but a lot of antelope. Cool. I guess we're about an hour and a half north of Santa Fe. So yeah, so we're headed home. Like I said, we're gonna stay here in Las Vegas. And then tomorrow we're gonna finish the drive. Should be about 8 hours to get back to Tucson. So this particular trip is over, or it's about to be over. But we learned a valuable lesson about the truck. It's just too much of a hassle trying to camp with the tailgate stuck shut. Too much of a hassle. And I'm not as strong as I once was because of my, that stuff. So yeah, we got to get this thing fixed, but it should be going into the shop in a couple weeks. So hopefully we'll have some good stories to tell once October is done. So We'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, do it. Por favor. I would appreciate it. The numbers keep going up, which is cool. Slowly. Which is totally fine with me. Totally fine. So, I will see you later.
See you later.
I just read about them and I know.